You know, there's something that happens to all of us at some point in our lives. We set our intentions, we pray, we work hard, we visualize what we want, and then we wait, and we wait, and we wait some more. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and sometimes months turn into years. And during all that waiting, there's this voice that starts to creep into our minds. It whispers things like, maybe it's not meant to be, maybe you're not good enough, maybe God has forgotten about you. But I want to tell you something right now that might change the way you look at every delay, every setback, every moment of waiting you've ever experienced in your life. The universe is never late, not even by a single second. Everything that happens in your life happens at exactly the right moment. Not a moment too soon, not a moment too late. And those delays that you think are keeping you from your dreams, they're not delays at all, they're preparations, they're lessons. They're the universe getting you ready for something so magnificent, so perfect, so aligned with who you really are, that if it came any earlier, you wouldn't be ready to receive it. Think about this for a moment. When you plant a seed in the ground, does it sprout the next day? No. It sits in the darkness. It sits in the soil. And if you were to dig it up every single day to check on it, to see if it's growing, you know what would happen? You'd kill it. You'd destroy the very thing you're trying to bring to life. The seed needs that time in the darkness. It needs that period where nothing seems to be happening on the surface. Because underneath, roots are forming. The foundation is being built. The strength is being gathered for that moment when it will break through the soil and reach toward the sun. Your dreams are exactly like that seed. When you feel like nothing is happening, when you feel like your prayers aren't being answered, when you feel like you're stuck in the same place you were last year or 5 years ago, I want you to understand something profound. You are in the darkness of the soil. You are developing roots. You are building a foundation. And the divine intelligence that created the entire universe, that put the stars in the sky, that makes your heart beat without you having to think about it, that same intelligence knows exactly when you're ready to break through. See, we live in a world that's obsessed with instant gratification. We want everything right now. We want the promotion today, the relationship tomorrow, the success by next week. We've become so accustomed to fast food, instant messages, and overnight delivery that we think spiritual growth and life transformation should work the same way. But the universe doesn't operate on your timetable. It operates on divine timing. And divine timing is always perfect, even when it doesn't feel that way to you. Here's what I've learned after all these years of studying consciousness and human potential. Every single delay in your life is actually a gift. It's a gift because it's giving you something you need before you can handle what you've asked for. Sometimes the delay is there to build your character. Sometimes it's there to teach you patience. Sometimes it's there to show you what you really want versus what you think you want. And sometimes the delay is there to protect you from something that would have hurt you or taken you off your true path. You might be sitting there right now thinking about that job you didn't get, that relationship that ended, that business that failed, that opportunity that slipped through your fingers. And you might be thinking, why did that have to happen? Why did God let me down? But what if I told you that everything that didn't work out in your life didn't work out because it wasn't supposed to work out? What if everything that fell apart because something better was trying to come together? What if every closed door was simply the universe redirecting you toward the door that was meant to open for you? The truth is, we don't always know what's best for us. We think we do. We make our plans, we set our goals, we decide exactly how our life should unfold. But we're looking at things from a very limited perspective. We're seeing maybe 2 or 3 steps ahead, if we're lucky. But the divine source that flows through all of creation, it sees the entire picture. It sees 10 years from now. It sees 20 years from now. It sees how every single moment of your life fits together into this beautiful tapestry of purpose and meaning. So when you ask for something and it doesn't come right away, it's not because you're not worthy. It's not because you're not deserving. It's not because God doesn't love you or doesn't care about you. It's because there's something that needs to happen first. Maybe you need to learn something. Maybe you need to meet someone. Maybe you need to become someone different than who you are right now. Maybe the timing isn't right because other people are involved and they're not ready yet. Maybe the entire world needs to shift in some way before your dream can manifest. I want you to think about the greatest achievements in your life, the things you're most proud of, the accomplishments that meant the most to you. Were they easy? Did they come quickly? Or did you have to struggle for them? Did you have to wait for them? Did you have to grow and stretch and become more than you were before you could achieve them? I'm willing to bet that the things you value most in your life are the things that took the longest to achieve. Because the waiting wasn't wasted time. It was preparation time. It was growing time. It was becoming time. There's this beautiful intelligence in the universe that knows things we don't know. It knows that if you got everything you wanted exactly when you wanted it, you might not appreciate it. You might not take care of it. You might not be ready for the responsibility that comes with it. So it makes you wait, not to punish you, not to test your faith, but to prepare you, to strengthen you, to make absolutely certain that when your moment comes, when your time arrives, you'll be ready to receive it and you'll be able to hold on to it. Let me tell you something about the concept of time itself. In our physical world, we experience time as linear, past, present, future. One thing happens after another. But in the spiritual realm, in the realm of consciousness, there is no time. Everything exists in this eternal now. Your dream already exists. The life you want is already there. The person you're becoming is already real. It's just existing in a different dimension, a different frequency, and your job is to raise your vibration to match it. When you understand this, delays take on a whole new meaning. They're not really delays at all. They're alignment periods. They're the time it takes for your energy, your consciousness, your vibration to match the frequency of what you're calling into your life. Think of it like tuning a radio. When you're not quite on the right frequency, you get static, you get interference. But as you adjust, as you fine-tune, suddenly the signal comes in clear and perfect. That's what's happening during the waiting period. You're fine-tuning your frequency, you're adjusting your vibration, you're aligning yourself with your destiny. And here's something most people don't realize. The waiting period is not passive. You're not supposed to just sit around hoping and wishing and wondering when your good is going to come. No, the waiting period is active. It's the time when you do the inner work. It's the time when you change your thoughts, shift your beliefs, release your resistance, and become the person who naturally attracts what you desire. It's the time when you practice being grateful for what you have while staying open to what's coming. It's the time when you trust, even when you can't see evidence. It's the time when you have faith, even when circumstances seem to contradict your dreams. You see, most people give up right before their breakthrough. They wait and wait and wait, and then they decide it's never going to happen. They decide they were foolish for believing. They decide God doesn't answer prayers or the universe doesn't really work the way spiritual teachers say it does, and they give up. They throw in the towel. They abandon their dreams. And often, they do this just days or weeks before everything was about to shift, just before their time was about to come. It's like the story of the gold miner who spent years digging for gold. He dug and dug and dug, going deeper and deeper into the earth. He invested everything he had into this mine. And then one day, he got tired. He got discouraged. He decided there was no gold there after all, so he sold his equipment to another man for almost nothing and walked away. And you know what happened? The new owner started digging in the exact same spot, just 3 feet further, and struck one of the richest gold deposits in history. 3 feet. That's all that separated the first man from his fortune. 3 feet more of faith, 3 feet more of persistence, 3 feet more of trust that what he was looking for was really there. How many of us are 3 feet from our gold right now? How many of us are about to give up right before our breakthrough? How many of us are ready to abandon our dreams right before they're about to manifest? This is why persistence matters. This is why faith matters. This is why you can't let temporary circumstances determine your permanent beliefs about what's possible for your life. Now, I want to talk to you about what happens when your time finally comes, because it will come. As surely as the sun rises every morning, your time will come. And when it does, you're going to understand why everything had to happen exactly the way it happened. You're going to see why certain doors had to close so other doors could open. You're going to understand why certain people had to leave your life so the right people could enter. You're going to realize why you had to go through those difficult times, because they shaped you into the person who could handle the blessing. When your time comes, things start to move quickly. Suddenly, the universe begins to conspire in your favor. Opportunities appear out of nowhere. The right people show up at the right time. Resources become available. Doors that were locked for years suddenly swing wide open. It's like you've been pushing against a wall for so long, and then suddenly the wall disappears and you fall forward into your destiny. Everything starts to flow. Everything starts to align. And you look back at all those years of waiting and you think, oh, now I understand. Now I see why it had to be this way. But here's the key. When your time comes, you have to be ready to move. You have to be ready to act. You have to be ready to say yes. So many people pray and pray for their breakthrough, and then when it comes, they're not ready. They're not prepared. They haven't done the inner work. They haven't developed the skills. They haven't cultivated the mindset. And so the opportunity passes them by, and they wonder why God didn't come through for them. But God did come through. The universe did deliver. They just weren't ready to receive it. This is why the waiting period is so important. It's not wasted time, it's preparation time. While you're waiting, you should be learning. You should be growing. You should be developing yourself. You should be working on your character, expanding your consciousness, healing your wounds, releasing your limiting beliefs. You should be becoming the person who can handle the life you're asking for. Think about a woman who's pregnant. She doesn't give birth the day after conception. No, there's a whole period of gestation, 9 months, where that baby is growing and developing inside her womb. And even though she can't see it, even though others might not even know she's pregnant at first, something miraculous is happening. Cells are dividing, organs are forming. A human being is being created. And if that baby tried to come too early, it wouldn't survive. It needs the full 9 months. It needs that time in the darkness of the womb to become fully formed and ready for the world. Your dreams are the same way. They have a gestation period, and you can't rush it any more than you can rush a pregnancy. You have to trust the process. You have to honor the timing. You have to believe that something miraculous is happening even when you can't see it yet. And when the time is right, when the development is complete, when everything is ready, there will be a birth. Your dream will come into physical reality. Your vision will manifest. Your prayers will be answered. But you've got to maintain your faith during the pregnancy. You've got to take care of yourself. You've got to nourish yourself with positive thoughts, empowering beliefs, and aligned actions. You've got to protect your dream from the doubters and the naysayers and the people who will try to convince you it's never going to happen. You've got to keep believing even when there's no evidence yet. Especially when there's no evidence yet. See, faith is not about believing when you have proof. That's not faith. That's just logic. Real faith is believing before you see. It's trusting before you have evidence. It's knowing in your heart that what you've asked for is already yours in the spiritual realm, and it's only a matter of time before it manifests in the physical realm. And let me tell you something else. The delays in your life are often divine protection. There have been times when you wanted something so badly and you thought your life would be over if you didn't get it. But you didn't get it. And later, sometimes years later, you looked back and realized that if you had gotten what you wanted when you wanted it, it would have been a disaster. It would have taken you down the wrong path. It would have prevented you from meeting the person you were meant to meet, or doing the work you were meant to do, or becoming the person you were meant to become. God's delays are not God's denials. Just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Just because you haven't seen the manifestation yet doesn't mean it's not on its way. Just because it's taking longer than you expected doesn't mean you should give up. In fact, the length of the delay often corresponds to the magnitude of the blessing. The bigger the dream, the longer the preparation, the greater the calling, the more character development required, the more significant the destiny, the more refinement necessary. Think about it like this. If you're going to be responsible for influencing thousands or millions of people, don't you think you need to be prepared for that? Don't you think you need to develop humility, wisdom, compassion, strength, resilience? Don't you think you need to go through some things, overcome some challenges, face some obstacles, so that when you're in that position of influence, you have something real to offer? You have authentic wisdom to share? You have genuine compassion for others because you've been through struggles yourself? The delays in your life are building your testimony. They're creating your story. They're forging your character. They're making you into someone who can not only achieve great things but sustain them. Someone who can not only reach the mountaintop but stay there. Someone who can not only receive the blessing but handle it with grace and wisdom and gratitude. And when your time comes, when your time comes, you're going to be amazed at how everything falls into place. You're going to see how every experience you had, even the painful ones, was preparing you. You're going to understand how every person who came into your life, even the difficult ones, was teaching you something you needed to learn. You're going to realize how every closed door was redirecting you towards something better. You're going to recognize the hand of divine intelligence orchestrating every detail of your life, even when it felt like chaos. When your time comes, you're going to step into a version of yourself that you always knew was possible but maybe doubted was real. You're going to access gifts and talents and abilities that were dormant during the waiting period. You're going to find yourself doing things you never thought you could do, saying things you never thought you could say, being someone you never thought you could be. Because the waiting period was building that person inside you. It was developing those capabilities. It was preparing you for your moment. And here's what's beautiful. When your time comes, it won't just be about you. Your breakthrough will be a blessing to others. Your success will inspire someone else. Your testimony will give hope to someone who's still in their waiting period. The light that shines through you will illuminate the path for others. This is how it works. This is the purpose of it all. We don't achieve things just for ourselves. We achieve them so we can be a light, a guide, an example for others who are still in the darkness, still in the waiting, still in the preparation phase. So if you're in a waiting period right now, if you've been praying for something and it hasn't manifested yet, if you've been working toward a goal and you can't see progress, I want you to know something. You're exactly where you need to be. The delay is not a denial. The wait is not a waste. The preparation is not punishment. You are being made ready for something magnificent. You are being prepared for something that requires you to be stronger, wiser, more patient, more faithful than you've ever been before. And I want you to use this time wisely. Don't just sit around feeling sorry for yourself. Don't waste your waiting period complaining about how long it's taking. Don't spend your preparation time doubting whether it's ever going to happen. Instead, use this time to grow. Read books that expand your mind. Develop skills that will serve you when your opportunity comes. Work on your character. Heal your wounds. Release your resentments. Forgive the people who hurt you. Let go of the past. Clean up your side of the street. Become the best version of yourself possible. Because when your time comes, and it will come, you want to be ready. You want to be someone who can receive the blessing and hold on to it. You want to be someone who can handle success without letting it destroy you. You want to be someone who can serve others from a place of fullness rather than emptiness. You want to be someone who has done the inner work so that the outer success can be sustainable. Think about the caterpillar in the cocoon. That caterpillar doesn't know what's happening to it. All it knows is that it's stuck in this dark, tight space and it can't move freely anymore. If that caterpillar could think, it would probably wonder if it's going to die in there. It would probably question why this is happening. It would probably wish it could go back to being a caterpillar, crawling on leaves, living its simple life. But something miraculous is happening in that cocoon. The caterpillar is being completely transformed at the cellular level. Its entire structure is being reorganized. It's not dying. It's being reborn. And when the process is complete, it will emerge as a butterfly, with wings it never had before, with the ability to fly, with access to a whole new dimension of existence. That's what's happening to you right now in your waiting period. You're in the cocoon. You're being transformed. And it might feel uncomfortable. It might feel dark. It might feel like nothing good is happening. But trust the process. Trust that you're being reorganized at a fundamental level. Trust that you're developing wings. Trust that when you emerge from this period, you're going to have capabilities you never had before. You're going to be able to soar to heights you never imagined possible. The waiting is not the end. It's the beginning. It's the beginning of your transformation. It's the beginning of your preparation for something greater. It's the beginning of you becoming who you were always meant to be. And when your time comes, you'll understand that the delay was grace, the waiting was mercy, the preparation was love. Because a loving universe doesn't give you what you want when you want it. It gives you what you need when you need it. It gives you what you're ready for when you're ready for it. It gives you what will serve your highest good and the highest good of all involved. So stop fighting the timing. Stop resisting the process. Stop complaining about the delay. Instead, surrender to the divine intelligence that knows better than you do. Trust that everything is unfolding perfectly. Have faith that your time is coming. And in the meantime, do the work. Grow. Evolve. Become. Prepare yourself. Develop yourself. Transform yourself so that when your moment arrives, when your time comes, when your breakthrough happens, you'll be ready to receive it, hold it, and share it with the world. Your time is coming. Believe that. Know that. Feel that in your bones. Every day that passes is one day closer to your breakthrough. Every challenge you overcome is making you stronger for what's ahead. Every lesson you learn is preparing you for your destiny. Every moment of faith you maintain is building the bridge between where you are and where you're going. And when your time comes, when it comes, you're going to look back at this waiting period with gratitude. You're going to thank God for not giving you what you wanted when you wanted it. You're going to appreciate the delays that made you stronger. You're going to value the lessons that made you wiser. You're going to celebrate the process that made you who you needed to become. So hold on. Keep believing. Maintain your faith. Trust the timing. Honor the process. And know, absolutely know, that your time is coming. The universe has not forgotten you. God has not abandoned you. Your dreams are not dead. They're just in the cocoon. They're just in the gestation period. They're just in the soil, developing roots, getting ready to break through. And when they do, when your time comes, it will be more beautiful, more perfect, more magnificent than anything you could have planned yourself. Because it won't just be your plan, it will be the divine plan. And the divine plan is always, always, always greater than anything our limited human minds could conceive. Your time is coming. Trust that, believe that, live from that place of knowing, and watch what happens. Watch how the universe responds to your faith. Watch how doors begin to open. Watch how opportunities begin to appear. Watch how everything begins to align. Because when you trust the timing, when you surrender to the process, when you have faith in the delay, you become a magnet for miracles. You become a vessel for divine intervention. You become someone through whom the universe can work its magic. Your time is coming. And when it arrives, you'll be ready. You'll be prepared. You'll be the person who can receive it, hold it, cherish it, and use it to make a difference in this world. That's why you're here. That's why you've been waiting. That's why the delay has been necessary. Because you're not just being prepared for success. You're being prepared for significance. You're being prepared for purpose. You're being prepared to be a light in this world. So embrace the waiting. Honor the delay. Trust the process. Have faith in the timing. And know that everything, absolutely everything, is working out for your highest good. Your time is coming, and it will be worth the wait.